Hello everyone, Manthroll here, and welcome to the weekly update video for OSRS. So there's two things going on. Number one, there is a Darkmeyer poll blog. So it says the darkness has fallen over Mauritania. The Marquet freedom fighters have achieved their first major victory over the vampires with the death of Ranus Draken. However, their newly found hope is unlikely to last. After many years of absence, Lord Lowerneil Dracan, the vampire overlord of Mauritania, has finally emerged from his castle. He has but one goal: to avenge his brother and eradicate Marquet once and for all. So, we're talking Darkmeyer. There's a quest, which is the Sins of the Father quest, is supposed to be the fifth installment in the Marquet storyline in the quest. It says you will need to help Marquet investigate some strange going-ons in Mauritania, whilst also preparing for the return of Lord Lowerneil Dracan himself. It's a spoiler warning. Click here to see the requirements of Sins of the Father. Which quest requirements are going to be a Taste of Hope and Vampire Slayer. The skill requirements is 62 woodcutting, 60 fletching, 56 crafting, 52 agility, 50 attack, 50 slayer, 49 magic. Now keep in mind, since this is a poll, there is potentially some stuff to be changed. The rewards would be 2 quest points, access to Darkmeyer, improved in Vanda's Flail, new Dracan's Medallion teleports, and a Tome of Experience 3 times 15,000. But the first poll question is, should we add the Sins of the Father quest? And this will be a new Marquet quest that unlocks the Vampire City of Darkmeyer to everybody. Here is the current map, which actually looks a lot like the RS3 map. But it does say it is subject to change, and of course there is some more stuff around it because, well, they have been busy there. Okay. So there is also the Hallowed Sepulchre, or whatever, however you say that. Okay, so basically what this is it's the entrance to the Hallowed. It says, before the vampires came to Mauritania, the region was known as Hollowvale, and was ruled over by the Ician queen, Ephraide Hollow. She ruled the region from capital city in the southeast, a city that is following the vampire takeover, became the 2 cities, Darkmeyer and Meyerditch, with the exception of the royal family, who had their own private graveyard. Most citizens of Hollowvale were buried in the Great Crypt, known as the Hallowed Sepulchre. To protect the sepulchre from grave robbers, it was built with various traps and other defense mechanisms. However, that hasn't stopped someone from trying to raid it. A group of unknown individuals are particularly interested in recovering any Hollowvale's old currency, hallowed marks from the sepulchre. To help them with this, they are willing to reward anyone who obtains these hallowed marks for them. So the requirements, here's some information. It takes anywhere from level 52 to 92 agility. It's similar to Pyramid Plunder, but it's agility focused instead. This is poll number 6. If question 1 passes, should we add the Hallowed as described in the blog? So they want everybody's feedback, but now for the game updates itself. Combat weapons that can autocast spells will now remember which melee combat style you had selected before choosing the spell. This means that if you choose Strength option and then choose a spell to autocast upon running out of runes, the combat style will go back to Strength. The Dragon 2-handed sword will no longer skip the targeted NPC or player when hitting multiple targets in a multi-way combat areas. Players are asked to stop spawning flowers in the Calvi Queen's room. She finds the unsolicited attention creepy. So you can't plant flowers there anymore. Skilling. The damage of Delta Zalcano with a Tephra now scales to your smithing and runecraft levels. A tree can no longer be chopped through the fence of the Woodcutting Guild. The Crystal Pickaxe now consumes charges as it helps gather minerals in the volcanic mine, as its effect provides a slight benefit. Getting around, jumping the rocks north of the shipwreck in Mauritania no longer requires players to stand directly in front of them before clicking and tapping. The damaged dagger found in the bush near the watchtower can now slash through webs like the ones on the buildings nearby. Graphical changes. The birthday banner in Falador's museum now says 7 instead of 6. Gold and regular trim versions of the steel kite shield are now trimmed on the inside of the shield too. The seal of passage is now positioned in the center of the torso rather than the side and appears in front of any armor that you're wearing. The top of the palm tree in Ape Atoll is no longer affected by a display roof toggle. Other the Castle Wars preparation time has been reduced from 5 minutes to 2 minutes. Items with more than one variant, god swords with ornamental kits, or dragon items with gold trim, can now be used and stored in stash units when doing treasure trails. If you find other items that should be included, let us know in the feedback. Wizard Zenina's dialogue now matches his chat option. The bank no longer scrolls up and down as items are dragged leftwards to the incinerator. Mobile changes, linking an email address to mobile accounts. Accounts created through mobile can once again be linked to an email address. This can be done through the linking feature found in the account settings tab and will allow some accounts to be used on desktop. They'd like to thank their mobile players for their patience regarding this fix. The chat bar for mobile, tapping the text line on the chat box no longer opens the keyboard when on mobile. Instead, this can be done by tapping on your display name or the speech bubble icon beside it. So that's it for this week, so don't forget the polls to check them out. Some pretty cool looking content, potentially. And otherwise, we got a good amount of patch notes to fix things up a little bit. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe down below. And until next time, later guys.